In the heart of England, at the cusp of the Elizabethan age, a silent war was waged, a war not with swords and shields but with words and ideas. Two playwrights emerged during this transformative period: William Shakespeare, whose name resonates through the ages, and Christopher Marlowe, a brilliant mind whose potential was abruptly extinguished, or was it? Tonight, we delve into a perilous tragedy where the survival of one man, Christopher Marlowe, could have irrevocably altered the landscape of English literature, politics, and ultimately, global culture. Christopher Marlowe, born in 1564, at the same moment as Shakespeare, was an enigmatic figure who bridged the worlds of intrigue and intellect. Educated at Cambridge, Marlowe possessed an audacity that would challenge the very fabric of Elizabethan society. Unlike Shakespeare, whose upbringing was common, Marlowe was of a different caliber: elite, yet rebellious. His early works, including Tamburlaine and Dr. Faustus, displayed an unconventional genius that drew audiences into the realms of ambition and damnation. But what if this profound influence continued? What if Marlowe had survived that fateful night in May 1593, in a tavern in Deptford, where in a reported altercation, he was stabbed in the eye and slain? If Marlowe had lived, the currents of literary innovation might have flowed far differently. He was known for his explorations of the human condition, questioning authority, and finding beauty in the dark corners of existence. Imagine a world where Marlowe's philosophical inquiries intertwined with Shakespeare's poetic genius, perhaps leading to masterpieces of unmatched depth. The themes of ambition and the pact with the devil, would they have found a partner in the likes of Hamlet or Macbeth? Or would Marlowe's voices echo even louder in the realm of historical literature, marking an era where drama critiqued not only morality but actively influenced political discourse? The political landscape of England, fragile and volatile, was ripe for change. Could Marlowe, a playwright with a voice that resonated with an impatient youth, have ignited a cultural revolution fueled by his critiques of the monarchy and ecclesiastical power? Conspiracy theories have long surrounded Marlowe's life and potential espionage links to Sir Francis Walsingham, Queen Elizabeth I's spymaster. The question lingers: was Marlowe's murder orchestrated to silence a voice too potent for the powers that be? Historians speculate that Marlowe's wit and certain controversial plays challenged the very authority of the monarchy. A surviving Marlowe engaged in the political theater of his day might have turned the tide of history towards a more questioning society. Imagine a theater where Marlowe delivers not only entertainment but also a clarion call for increased liberties, inviting audiences to reflect on their roles as citizens of an evolving nation. Shakespeare spoke to the classes; Marlowe could have been the voice of the masses. And what if Marlowe's survival fostered a literary dialogue that seeded the birth of modernism? How might this evolution have forced political reform? Could it have led to a radical change in England's international relations, establishing alliances grounded in artistic and cultural reciprocity? By the end of the 16th century, Marlowe's enriched narratives could have been complicit in redefining the identity that England was forging, one rooted in the Renaissance ideal of humanism but also threading the specters of conflict and enlightenment. Marlowe's influence might have urged a broader European engagement, instigating collaborations that retold the narratives of history and redefined what it meant to be English in a world of shifting boundaries and ideas. Imagine apocalyptic war tales being transformed into narratives of diplomacy and enlightenment, what resulted in a Renaissance that spanned beyond borders, where the playwright's pen outweighed the sword's thrust. Yet, tragically, this remains conjecture shrouded in the mystery of the unknown. Christopher Marlowe, with his complex legacy, faded into obscurity when he was silenced at a tender age, leaving behind a path not taken. As we reflect on these fragmented threads of history, we ponder the powerful ripple that one man's survival could have forged. A world where Marlowe challenged the status quo alongside Shakespeare, uniting art with rebellion, and sending waves through the annals of political and cultural growth. And so, the truth we glean is this: while Shakespeare delivered the poems of our collective existence, it was Christopher Marlowe who dared to question the stage upon which we stood. What remains unseen is often most powerful: the duel between words and ideas that shapes history in the shadows.